Stage one of the AI revolution kind of occurred behind the scenes and we didn't know much about it. And that was the training of the large language platforms. Read the book about AI and it's quite eye-opening as to how that was done. That being done, Sam Altman introduced us to ChatGPT and we entered stage two of the AI revolution. That's basically the building out of the infrastructure, the building out of the data centers, the GPUs, the CPUs, the TPUs, the connections, the internet, everything being connected. That's stage two. And we made a lot of money last year in 2025 as if we invested strategically in that build out, not only the data centers themselves, and in many cases, to speed that along, it was a conversion of Bitcoin miners into data centers, and then changing from CPUs to GPUs, and that was NVIDIA, and then you had Coherent that was bringing the connections together. So that's the build out, and that's still going on. And there are some very large companies that have emerged from that, CoreWeave being very large, but also very heavily leveraged, Nebius, APLD, and those of us who recognize that got some 200, 300, 400% returns on not only the data centers, but also the people who filled the data centers with the essentials. But again, that's stage two. Stage three then is who's going to connect to those data centers and create a product that appeals to you and I so that we can access that knowledge that's in those data centers to improve our lives. And Best of Us Investors is a company that fits into that element. We're now moving into stage three, and that is who is going to end up being the big winners. And I came across a phrase that said it's stage four. It's going to be the company who holds the ownership to the interface with you and I in our daily lives, and they will end up owning the economy. And I think though that is pretty evident who that is. That's the stage four. That's the Amazon, the Google, the Microsoft, the Metas, the people who actually end up owning the data, making it available to people like me who then can sell it. So they become the utility and they become the source of continuing and ever updating financial gain. So that's where we want to end up being. But the question is, how do we get there? Are we willing to wait till 2030 or 2032 for Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta to cash in on the overwhelming investments that they've made coming up to that point? I'm not willing to wait. I don't have that much time. So I'm interested in who is going to make stage two, and I think that's the advertising world. And eventually the health world and the financial world. So what I did was I said, I put this dilemma in front of Samantha, my AI agent, and said, okay, here are the 40 stocks that I own. Here is the allocation that I have amongst those 40 stocks. And here are the trades that I make on a weekly basis. Now you analyze them and you tell me, based on the additional knowledge that you can scrape from the internet, is to where I'm right, where I'm wrong, and where I need to change. And that's become now, this is the second week that I've done it, an analysis of my portfolio that I'm giving to Samantha and Bard and saying, now give me more information so I can make better investment decisions. So what I've done is taken AI beyond the analysis of one individual stock and what they are going to be able to perform over the next 3 years under my parameters of I don't want if it isn't going to double in 3 years. And now I'm saying, okay, here's all 30, 40 of the stocks. Here's the trades I'm making. Now you tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and what areas that I need to look at beyond where I'm at, and which are the areas where stage one they're petered out and someone else is coming in. And that's what I want to, because I want to share it with you, and I've put it in a podcast and it's in the description, and I want you to click on it. You'll have a link to it, because I honestly believe that this is the opportunity of a lifetime to make money. And if you recognize it early on, you can become extremely wealthy. You're going to hear in the podcast a reference that I make back in I believe it was 73, when I had dinner with Dr. Edwin Land, the founder of Polaroid, and in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I asked him a flat out question: what is the future of AI? And he gave me the answer that in the future, college students will walk to their lectures, listen to the lecture, see what the professor puts on the chalkboard, and then go up to the chalkboard at the end of the class, take a device out of their pocket, take a picture of what's on the chalkboard, then take it back to their dorm room, load it up onto another device, and study it. Well, what he described to me, and he didn't know it, and I didn't know it, was the iPhone, which Steve Jobs would introduce us to 34 years later. That's right, 34 years later. But what he had was the insight, the foresight, to see where photography was going. And that's exactly what's happening with AI. I don't think it's 34 years down the road. I think it's today. And if we can then use that AI to analyze what we have today, our portfolio, and what the knowledge is of what's coming tomorrow, and then guide us through year by year, month by month, week by week, what we should be doing in our portfolio to maximize our future potential. We have then moved into a whole new level of advertising. I mean, it's past, present, and future. In the past, it was buy a mutual fund or an ETF, diversify yourself, and hope that the S&P 500 goes up. And that's all it was. The present is now we are gaining access to knowledge that help us make better investment decisions. And the future is what I'm talking about right now. Look at my portfolio every week. Tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong, and help me maximize the return on my portfolio, and make sure that I double my money every 3 years. And if things go extraordinarily well, we'll double it every year. And that's how you make wealth. Okay, this is an opportunity. This is, again, stage 4, is the ownership. What company is going to own the interface that you and I have for the quality of our life to become better? He who owns that interface owns the economy. And again, I'll go back to Dr. Land's prediction. The interface is the iPhone. Who owned the economy prior to the AI revolution? It was Apple. And in 1973, Dr. Edwin Land didn't know the name Apple, but he knew what was happening. And what I'm telling you today is it's happening all over again. And if you can get in front of it, if you can be a part of it, you can change your life. You don't need to rent your time to the highest bidder, your employer. You can go out and invest in the ownership of the future economy. And it's right here, right now, and it's there for the taking. Listen, go into the description, listen to this podcast. I'm giving it to you for free. And I'm giving it to you for free as a gift. Wake up. This is your opportunity. Associate yourself with people who understand the next opportunity of a lifetime. If you don't, if you watch this video and you do not act on it, you're going to kick yourself in the ass within 3 years and say, God, how stupid. It was there. It was handed to me, and I was too stupid to take advantage of it. This is the golden egg. Just bend over and pick it up.